Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Excel Sessions, and today we will learn about the count functions in Excel. So there are 5 count functions in Excel, and all count function will return the number of cells, but these count function have some differences. So we will learn each count function one by one with example. So I have created a data in column C where we have text type of data, we have date, we have numbers, we have blank cell, and we have error. Now I'm using count function. So count function will give you the number of cells which contains either the date or the number. To use the count function, type equals to type count bracket and then select the cells bracket close and press enter. Now it will give you 6 because in the selected cells 3 cell contains date and 3 cells contains the number. Now then what's the difference between count A? Count A will give you the number of cells which contains the data, right? Both count and count A does not consider the blank cells, right? So to use the count A, type equals to count A bracket, select the cells bracket close and press enter. Now it will give you 9 because it consider all the data. Count blank is different from these two, and count blank gives you the number of cells which are blank. To use count blank, type equals to count blank bracket, select the cells bracket close and press enter. It will give you 1 because in the selected cells we have one blank cell. Now let's understand the count and countif function with a separate data. So I have created a table having name, date and age. The name column contains only the text, the date column contains only the dates, and the age column contains only the number. Now I am using count and countif function separately on these columns, and you will see the difference. So I'm using count function on name column first. So count and then selecting these cells and then press enter. It will give you 0 because count function returns the number of cells that contains either number or date, right? And this column contains only the text. Now when I use count A function in this column, then it will give you 13 because count A function returns the number cell that contains data, whether it's a number, text, date, error, anything. Remember, both count and countif function does not consider blank cells. Now I'm applying count function on date column. So equals to count, select the cells, closing bracket, press enter. Now it will give you 11 because count function consider the dates also. Similarly, if I use count A function on these cells again, it will give the similar results. Now let's apply the count and countif function on age, which contains the number equals to count bracket, select the cells, close the bracket and press enter. It will give you 12 because the column contains the number. Remember, it excluded the blank cells. When I use countif function on the same column, the result will be same. The next count function is countif, and the countif function gives you the number of cells which satisfies the given condition. In countif, we can specify only one condition. So I have taken 3 examples to understand the countif function. So my first condition is that we have to identify the users who are manager. The manager is a designation. We will use Countif function. Press equals to Countif bracket. Countif function takes two parameters. The first parameter is the range of cell in which we have to check the condition. So the manager is a designation. So we will select the column C, comma, and then the condition is manager. So I will write manager in double quotes and press close the bracket and press enter. So the number is 2 because there are two users who are manager. Similarly, the second condition is we have to identify the users having age greater than 30. Again, because there is only one condition, we will use COUNTIF, and in the bracket first we will specify the age in which we have to search the users, comma, in double quotes we have to specify greater than 30, bracket close, press enter, and it will give you 10 because there are 10 users having age greater than 30. Now, third condition is we have to identify the users who have joined after 1st January 2020. Again, because we have only one condition, we will use COUNTIF, and because the search condition is based on date, so we will check the joining date, comma, and then because it is after 1st Jan, so it's greater than 1st Jan 2020. It will give you 5 because there are 5 users who are joined after 1st Jan. The next count function is COUNTIFs. COUNTIFs return the number of cells which satisfies the given multiple conditions. So I have taken two examples. So in first examples, we have to identify the users who are manager, which is first condition, and age is greater than 30, which is the second condition. So because we have two conditions, we will use COUNTIF function. So to use, select the cell, type equals to COUNTIFs bracket. Now first we have to search for the managers. So select column C and then comma, then specify manager, then comma. Now the second condition is for age. So select the column D which contains the age, comma, and then it should be greater than 30. So greater than 30. And then bracket close, press enter. So it will give you the one because there is only one person who is manager and the age is greater than 30. In the second example, there are three conditions. We have to identify users who are teacher who joined after 1st January 2020 and age should be less than 50. So we have three conditions. We will use count ifs, and then in the bracket first is for the designation teacher, so select column C, comma, and then we have to search for teacher and comma. Then the second is joining date, it should be after 1st January 2020, so select column B, comma, and then it should be greater than 1st January 2020, and then the third criteria or condition is age. So select column D, comma, and then it should be less than 50. Close the bracket, press enter, and it will give you 1. So there is only one teacher who joined after 1st Jan and age is less than 50. These are the 5 count functions which are very important and used mostly in Excel. Thanks for watching the video. If you like the content, please press thumbs up and share. Subscribe the channel so that you will get update when a new video added.